Ciao from the Eternal City, home to some of the world's most delicious food, iconic sights, and incredible artwork. Rome has been a dream destination of mine since I was a kid. It's the setting of some of my favorite movies and TV shows. It's sung about in the most iconic songs. And as we've been traveling full-time for the past few years, we've seen Roman ruins all over the place. In Turkey, Hungary, Spain, Greece, and more, making me even more excited to finally explore the birthplace of the Roman Empire, Roma. I can't believe we're finally here. We are spending 3 weeks in this stunning city, exploring some of the city's top food and shopping, and today we're going to be exploring some of the city's top sites, meeting locals, and giving you our first impression of one of the top travel destinations in the world. We're MADison and iVEN, let's madventure. If you caught our last video, you know that getting here was a bit of a struggle, with our train from Vienna to Rome breaking down. And I was a little nervous coming in because every time we told someone we were headed to Italy, they had a story about themselves or someone they know getting scammed or robbed here, usually at a train station. And we were approached at the station by a lady offering to help us who I'm pretty sure had bad intentions, but when we refused the help, she did leave us alone and we safely caught our Uber to our Airbnb. Driving through these narrow cobblestone streets surrounded by so much history, I just can't believe we're finally here. Unfortunately, we have a lot of work to do, so we spent our first several days in Rome mostly staring at laptop screens. But that is actually when I fell so in love with the city. We'd take a break to get gelato and casually see the Trevi fountain or the Spanish Steps. We'd go out for coffee beans and stumble upon the Pantheon. And best of all, we just came out to go get some pizza. We've been working all week and I just caught my first sight of the Colosseum. There are beautiful historic buildings we've never even heard of all around everywhere we go. And usually you can just go in and explore them for free. And on top of that, the food, both in restaurants and in the grocery stores, is always so fresh and delicious. Like, I'm just loving being in Rome. But finally we get the chance to spend a day really exploring. And of course that means it's time for a walking tour. It's crazy how much is going on everywhere we look in Rome. There's the theater where Caesar was assassinated, a building Michelangelo helped design for Pope Paul III that's now the French embassy. There's one of the oldest statues in Rome from the 3rd century BC just out on the street. Everywhere we look, there is a stunning fountain or church and the works of some of the most famous artists in the world. Bernini, Caravaggio, Michelangelo, it's just incredible. After a quick, obviously delicious bite to eat, we've made it to one of the top sites in the city, the Pantheon. We have made it to the Pantheon, originally built in 27 BC. This is the most well-preserved ancient piece of architecture here in Rome, and it is just stunning. It is so cool. The building we see right now was actually rebuilt in 125 AD, so it's a little newer, but I mean still ridiculously old, but it is just like absolutely incredible and breathtaking. So Pantheon, pan meaning all, theo meaning God. It was a temple built to honor all of the many Roman gods. Later it was converted into a Catholic church when Catholicism became the most important religion in Rome. So today we're still seeing it more in its Christian and Catholic restored period. And this is without a doubt one of the top and most incredible sights to see when you are in Rome. This is just amazing. And with where we're staying, we actually have like walked past the Pantheon a few times before. Like, it's just so cool that like in this incredible city, like it's just part of life. It's just a part of the city. It's a part of the walk through the town. This building originally from 27 BC. Absolutely incredible. And now we're gonna go in. I haven't figured out a life hack. You pay with cash, you can just go straight in. You don't have to wait in the crazy long credit card line. It's already an insanely massive, incredible dome, and then you realize it was built in like 125 AD. Ridiculous, insane. This majestic dome was the model for the Cathedral Dome in Florence, Michelangelo's dome in St. Peter's, and even the US Capitol building dome in DC. It's a testament to Roman engineering. It's 142 feet from the floor to the top and 142 feet side to side. And that tiny hole at the top is 30 feet across. And it's made from concrete, another Roman invention. The tomb of Raphael the artist. And also we have the tomb of Margarita, who Margarita Pizza is named after. There should be a huge statue of Jupiter here before Christianity took over. The Pantheon is so well preserved that even the giant bronze doors are original.
Like the ship of Theseus, it's been renovated so many times that we're not quite sure how much of the actual original remains. These 40-foot pillars outside of the Pantheon are 2,000 years old, with the exception of 3 on the corner there with the most extravagant Corinthian pillar tops. This is actually one giant slab of marble. It was quarried in Egypt and brought over here on barges as one giant piece. Just being stoic, thinking stoic thoughts. In front of Marcus Aurelius' column, one of the great figures of the Stoicism philosophy. I very much did enjoy his book, Meditations.
Then where is it to be found? In doing what human nature requires. How? Through first principles, which should govern your intentions and your actions. What principles? That which leads to fairness and self-control and courage and free will, and nothing bad except what does the opposite.
So going to the Trevi Fountain is definitely living out my Lizzie McGuire dreams, but they're a little different right now because the Trevi Fountain is being restored for the Jubilee that's about to happen. And so it's actually like drained right now, but that's actually kind of amazing because we have a really unique opportunity to go out on the scaffolding on this little platform that they've placed above like the water, where the water would be. There's no water right now, maybe a little bit of rain because it just rained. We get to go out on this platform above the fountain and get really, really close to the sculptures itself. It's actually so cool and unique. Oh, look, you can see how the coins have like...
Yeah, the rust from the coins. Got the whole place to ourselves.
It's actually so cool that we're getting like a totally different perspective of the Trevi Fountain than like anyone else does. You know, like this is the kind of thing where I feel like people get disappointed, like, but it's kind of closed, just being renovated. But this is such a unique experience.
You're like on the...
We're on the Trevi Fountain. You're supposed
backwards.
to do it backwards.
Okay, well, I don't have skills like that.
I have a lot of coins.
Hey, coming back to Rome.
Hey, barely.
Did it do it?
Yeah.
Living my Lizzie McGuire dreams. Now where's Paolo? Isabella. No, I'm Lizzie. Over €1 million are collected from the Trevi Fountain annually and donated to charity. I love evening strolls in Rome. The tourist crowds slow down, locals are out and about, and the city just feels so magical. But time to get to bed because tomorrow we have an even bigger day of exploring. It's insane. We're just walking along and all of a sudden,
just a wonder of the world. Walking to the Colosseum is definitely the most Rome that I expected that we've experienced so far. This is incredible. Oh my gosh. So I think this is my third current new wonder of the world. And the other two, Chichen Itza and Taj Mahal, were so annoying to get to. Like, obviously incredible and totally worth it, but like, you had to make an effort to get there. This is just in the middle of the city. Like, we were literally walking to get pizza the other day, and then all of a sudden, boom, the Colosseum in the distance. Like, absolutely incredible, so beautiful. And we were talking about this yesterday, but I kind of think, you know, like, this used to be this full circle, but it's become a little destroyed over the years, a little beat down, has this missing piece of the Colosseum. And I kind of think it makes it way more cool and iconic. Like, this is incredible. But definitely getting here is like the Rome experience that I was kind of expecting and a little nervous about. Like, there were so many people trying to just stop you and say like, hey, where are you from? Oh, do you have tickets yet? To like sell you something, to talk to you a little bit while they maybe reach around in your pocket. That was the Rome I expected. It was a little overwhelming, but then we got down here.
Last time I was here, I remember like gladiators and costume like down here right up next to the Colosseum. It was hectic. This feels peaceful. We can take our shots and enjoy this magnificent building.
You do have to buy tickets in advance online. We bought ours this morning, but if you're here in the busier season, you should probably purchase them far in advance. It feels unreal to be entering one of the most famous buildings in the world. The Colosseum was built in 80 AD at the peak of the Roman Empire to host gladiator contests and public spectacles. It is the biggest theater in the Roman Empire, holding 50,000 fans, and was designed so well that all 50,000 of them could enter or exit in 15 minutes. Truly an architectural and engineering marvel. In fact, such a marvel that it was originally called the Flavian Amphitheater, but it was so colossal it became known as the Colosseum.
He lives!
Now we're headed to the nosebleeds.
Upstairs is a museum with many artifacts, including ancient graffiti from the 1st to 4th centuries and ancient lost and found with pipes, games, and food waste left behind by fans thousands of years ago. As we all know, the games that took place here were a little disturbing. Animals fighting animals to the death, people and animals fighting to the death, people fighting people to the death. But
we learned that the Colosseum actually played a very significant role in how Rome was governed, a type of government that they called bread and circus. You give the people the minimum amount of sustenance required in terms of food, but you also give them the games and the gallantry and the celebration of the Colosseum to give the oomph, the little extra vitality you need to continue on when what was, once a very difficult time. The common population wasn't necessarily doing all too hot.
So they actually provided the citizens with free tickets, free entertainment, and the ability, even though they may feel powerless in their everyday life, everybody knows the gladiator, like thumbs up, thumbs down, letting the crowds help decide if someone lives or dies. That was another way of really giving the citizens this feeling of power back in their everyday lives, while also kind of receiving minimal offerings from the government in other parts of their lives.
And becoming a gladiator was another form of that. Gladiators were usually from the lower classes and fought their way up the ranks for freedom, wealth, and fame. And the animals were brought from distant lands, celebrating the conquest of the Roman Empire and showing the wealthy bureaucrats that their money's being put to good use. And this unique bread and circus form of government actually worked really well for the Romans.
This is definitely the most crowded place we've been to so far in Rome, and I'm not huge on crowds. Like I like having my personal space, but this place is actually an exception to that in a way, because it truly does create like the atmosphere of what it would have been like back then. Like you truly walking up these crowded, steep stairs makes you feel like you're truly in a sporting arena going to a game. It definitely adds to the experience.
And right next to the Colosseum is the Roman Forum, filled with ancient temples, arches, and government buildings that are incredible to see and learn about. And our tickets to the Colosseum include admission here too. And just up the hill is the Capitoline Museum, where we begin exploring Rome's incredible artwork. There are so many more incredible things to experience in this city. Rome is full of so many places to see, things to do, food to eat, and vibes to soak up. We finished the night with drinks with a view of the Colosseum. It's touristy, but it is worth it. I was a little nervous to come to Rome, being somewhere that I've dreamed about for so long but heard mixed reviews about from friends that have been. But it has lived up to all of my hopes and dreams. We are loving exploring the city so far and can't wait to dive deeper into the food, shopping, and sights here. So please hit those subscribe and like buttons. It seriously helps us so much. Join us on the next one, and until then, check out one of these videos. YouTube picked it out just for you.